So we're back with Ben, the drummer from Brianblessed, the band, not the bloke. And these are some new, more recent additions to the Underground Music Coalition. How long have you guys been around? Because I know you guys have been playing in Nottingham for quite a while, but how long have you been as an incarnation of Brianblessed?
I don't know. It must be about 3 or 4 years now, to be honest, I think.
Yeah?
Maybe a little bit less. Yeah, as you probably know, we came from the ashes of Drunken Bastard, which was another band that myself and Stu were in, and we decided we wanted to do something more fast and fun.
Yeah.
We were drunk at the time and discussing Brianblessed at the time, and that's how it came to be with the name as well, for that matter.
Fair play. Well, the man is a legend, so...
He is.
You guys have dropped an album recently, or a new EP or something recently, haven't you? I've checked out your band.
Yes, Things to Make and Do. Yeah, we did that not too long ago. We just put it up on Bandcamp the other month, I think. I can't remember. I put it up. And now we're just writing new stuff, basically, constantly, every week. So probably going to have another EP, hopefully, by the end of this year as well.
Oh, wicked. Just a constant evolution sort of thing.
Yeah, pretty much, I suppose. We get very bored with ourselves, so we end up doing quite a lot of stuff differently, constantly. It can get very tiring.
Where have you been recording your stuff?
Balti Studios, that's stuck on a name.
Yeah.
Just around the corner. Although I'm not too sure if he's going to be doing that much for much longer, actually, for that matter. Okay. So I don't know where we're going to go next, in fairness.
Oh, well. It'll be an adventure at least, eh?
Yeah, very much so.
So, as a band, what has been your most momentous achievement so far?
It's a tough one, to be honest. I don't know. Playing gigs well. We didn't play that well when we first started, so that's kind of an achievement, I suppose.
Yeah.
And then also, I suppose, as lame as it is, this most recent recording, which took quite a while to put together, which is quite good. From a live capacity, I can't think of any one particular momentous incident when I was playing live, to be honest, other than that.
Alright, fair play. Well, we're going to get on to the first track from you guys now.
Okay, cool.
So, this one's called Selfie Stick Sodomy. And do you want to tell us a little bit about the idea behind that?
It was pretty self-explanatory. It was just a bit of a brief rant about selfie sticks, basically.
Yeah, fair dues. They are hated pretty much universally, aren't they?
Pretty much.
Alright, so let's give this one a whirl. This is Selfie Stick Sodomy by Brianblessed. Alright, so we're back again with Ben, the drummer from Brianblessed, and we're going to talk a little bit more about the stuff they've got coming up for the rest of the year. Do you have anything in the pipeline, anything cool coming up you want to tell us about?
Well, obviously this UMC all day in October. Yeah. We're on that. And the day before we're playing in Nottingham somewhere as well, playing with Corrupt Moral Altar as well, who are also playing on that UMC all day.
Our headliners for the event. So that'll definitely be a show worth getting to if you can, if you're in Nottingham.
Yeah, there definitely will be. Corrupt Moral Altar are ace. So.
Are you guys playing Hockley Hustle the day after UMC?
No, I'm playing with another band though, the Hockley Hustle, with the Super Kings. But that's a different story.
Obviously, I've heard a fair bit of Brianblessed stuff, and it's pretty wacky. It's pretty out there. I've had a hard time picking kind of influences or bands that make a kind of a good description of your sound. Can you kind of put one of those together for us at all?
Very loosely, we describe ourselves as fast and daft, I suppose.
Yeah.
In terms of musical stylings as an influence, it's a bit of a tricky one because we have quite varied musical tastes. So I think the thing that Stu and myself kind of hit it off was because we both love Steely Dan, basically, for instance. You probably can't really get much Steely Dan from the music that we actually play. But yeah, it's a bit of a mishmash of loads of different things. You'll hear kind of old school death metal and like thrash riffs, basically.
Yeah.
But mixed with lots of more horrendous chords. I think I said to you, I mean, in terms of influences, I'd personally like to be as good as the drummer was for Uphill Battle, but I think I'm far, far away from that.
For those people listening at home that perhaps haven't heard of you guys yet, you're a two-piece, aren't you?
Yeah.
There's yourself on drums and Stu Brown Laser on guitar and vocals. And you do vocals as well, don't you?
Occasionally, yes. Yeah. So Stu's setup is he's got some bass strings on his guitar, and he's got a splitter, so he has a bass amp for the bass notes, and then he has a normal guitar.
I've noticed his pedal board setup's pretty expansive as well, like with his octave generator and all those kind of bits.
Yeah, well, he uses the octave generator for splitting the channels, so that you can have, like I said, like kind of bass and then the actual guitar, which works. It kind of, well, it means we don't need to have a bass player as well. And after we came from a 5-piece, and it was just hard work getting anything done when you're in a band with 5 people.
It is, definitely.
Yeah, so it was nice to just go from one extreme to the other, basically, with a 2-piece, because it's just easy to arrange things.
Yeah, awesome. All right, so we're going to have another track now for you. So this one's called Morrissey-themed dystopian future.
That's a bit of conflict in the actual band, actually, because Stu loves Morrissey and I do not love Morrissey. This was just an idea that if Morrissey ran the world, it would be a dystopian future, basically. So, pure fiction.
Yeah. It'd be an interesting experience, for the purposes of science, to find out what that would be like.
Bloody awful.
I can't imagine it's something I'd want on a permanent basis.
Yeah.
All right, so Morrissey-themed dystopian future. Let's check that out. That was Morrissey-themed dystopian future from Brianblessed. We're back with Ben, the drummer, and we've got a couple more questions for him before we wrap things up. So, obviously, you've been around for a little while now, about 3-4 years, like you mentioned earlier.
Something like that.
Do you have any specific plans for the band? Do you have, do you want to keep it underground, for example, or are you aiming for something a bit more specific?
We're
Got
just
a bucket list that you want to tick a few things off?
we're not planning on any stadium tours quite yet, but just release more music, keep playing. That's it, basically. We don't play, we don't go too far afield with regards to gigs anyway. So I suppose with that in mind, we probably just want to find good gigs to be on and try and make sure that the gigs that we do are awesome gigs, pretty much.
All right, sound.
So they're just keep on playing. Pretty much. We're just going to keep firing stuff out. That's what we.
Now, I know you two like to party and you like a few tinnies. Over the years, there must have been one or two embarrassing moments on stage. Can you name us any?
Well, also with Drunken Bastard was pretty much a calamity because we were all drunk. Not so much when we play live, but Laser has a habit of if he has too many drinks, he just ends up hugging a monitor at the front of the gig.
Yeah,
and then that's the cue because he'll be asleep on the floor somewhere about 20 minutes after this as well, like clockwork. So he's a bit of a nightmare.
Wow.
But yeah, in terms of like terrible, we're pretty boring with our gigs these days.
Yeah.
I don't know why we got serious now all day, so we don't really party that much when we play. It's too fast. I can't drink and play drums anymore.
Yeah, I've definitely got kind of like a 3-pint optimal window, and then anything more than that, and it's going downhill rapidly. All right, so before we wrap it up with the next and final track, what are Brianblessed's plans for the next year?
As I said a minute ago, so we're probably going to want to release another EP. We've got about 3 songs that we've already written. We're just trying to flesh them out a bit.
Okay.
And as I said, just try and play some better gigs a bit further afield. But we're not wanting to do like massive tours or anything. We just want to find some decent gigs that we can put ourselves on and just play with some nice chaps.
Alright, fair play. Well, you heard it here. So if you want to put Brianblessed on, get in touch. So we're gonna wrap it up now with the final track, which is Cavernous Tooth. Yeah.
Yeah.
All of these, am I right in thinking all of these are off the latest one, Things to Make and Do?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Yeah.
All right. So tell us about Cavernous Tooth then.
Pretty self-explanatory. It's when I had a massive hole in my tooth. Now it's had it pulled out, and it's a very surreal and drug-infused affair. Prescription drugs, but yeah, it was a nightmare. And then we wrote a song about that for some reason. No, yeah, that's right. We've written a song about dental hygiene. I don't know what else I can say to follow up that. And there's a bit of singing in this one as well, which is probably the only singing in any Brianblessed song ever.
Cool. So a rare opportunity then.
I guess. Yeah.
All right. Cool. So we're going to play Cavernous Tooth, and that's goodbye from Brianblessed.
Underground Music Coalition.